All right, Wayne State men's basketball defeats Michigan Tech 74-62. The Warriors get back above 500 overall and in the GLIAC, 11-10, 7-6, joined by head coach Bryan Smothers and senior Ray Williams Jr. Coach, that's a big one. That's a really big one. That's a good team that beat you by 6 up in Houghton, but you get them here. First of all, talk about tonight's win, but also talk about maybe what you learned from that game in Houghton, what you were able to take from that getting ready for tonight.
Yeah, that game wasn't too long ago, and so things were really fresh on our mind. Leaving that game, things that we wish we would have done different, and opportunities for us to be better this time. Along those same lines, there's things that we needed to improve on overall. And we made some adjustments this week in practice that really came to help us. There were some things that we wanted to do defensively that we were able to save for the second half, because the game was still at balance in the first half, and we didn't have to show it, and some of those things came to play late in the game. I think this was our best defensive effort in a while. To hold them to 28 points in the second half, to hold Tomaszek to 28 points over the game and 10 points in the second half. That was I thought our individual defenders were really good, but it was a complete team effort.
Yeah, your defense. Tomaszek scored his 27th and 28th points at the 8:42 mark. Yeah. He didn't score after that. Okay, yeah. That's arguably the player of the year in the league right now. You could make that argument. So, Tomaszek just goes silent right there. You outscore them 22-6 in the final 8:42. So your defense, especially late, really turned it up. And at their place, he got to the line and he salted that one away. But this one was completely different.
Right, and those were one of the goals. Right, let's not have bad fouls in this game. And late we had a couple that got them into the bonus, but none that really hurt us. They did have a lot of really good looks late in the game because we didn't rebound the ball. But there wasn't defensive breakdowns. They were rebounding things that we need to be better at. But yeah, heck of a defensive effort. I thought that Tamario and Ray did an excellent job. There was some switching where guys were on them different guys were on them at times. We were able to trap some ball screens. A lot of little things that went into that effort, and really, in a good way that really no one else for them, was able to take advantage of it. And so that's the way the game goes.
Next up, Northern on Saturday. A team that I don't want to say you beat handily, but fairly convincingly at their place. And I know they'll play better. They'll come back. That's how Northern is. But what do you expect in that game, and maybe what's the game plan going in?
Yeah, a lot of respect for their program and the coach. They're really good coaching staff, and they got some really good players. Different team than than previous years, but they're still really talented. I hope that this game is a stepping stone for us and what we could be defensively. What we did offensively, we've done that before. We've had better performances, but defensively, it'll be some different things that we have to key in on. But ultimately, the collective team defensive effort is something that has to continue for us.
Ray, 1 point away from a double-double, 9 points, 11 boards, couple of assists, couple steals, a block, kind of stuff the stat sheet. You were plus 12. That was second best on the team. I know the year's been tough for you offensively here and there, but your role hasn't changed, right? It's be a leader, lead these guys, it's get boards, it's play defense. What did you see out there tonight, and why were you able to play so well?
Just coming off of the loss the first time up in Houghton, just had to take the film and learn, and listen to our coaches. Our coaches say all the time, we just got to trust them, and the game plan that they set up this time, it's what made us win. It's what executed for us, and just making sure to stay a basketball player. Don't worry about everything else that's going on or anything like that. Just to make sure you stay a basketball player, because anything can happen at any moment. So just continuing to play and making sure give guys energy no matter what's going on the court.
Yeah, we talked about Tomaszek a little bit with Coach, but a guy like that takes all five, right? It's not one guy defending him; it takes all five.
Yeah, definitely.
On defense, what'd you see from Tomaszek, and how were you guys able to communicate and limit him down the stretch?
Just sticking to the game plan. We were doing a lot of switching, which is something we normally don't do. off the ball, and it worked. It definitely worked. Just giving the guy a different, guy like that, you got to give him different looks. So you got to switch it up a little bit. Trap the ball screens. Put him under pressure. Make him make different decisions that he usually wouldn't make. And I feel like that's just how we got it done.
Claude, what do you got?
Yes. This is to either one of you guys can answer. For so long, you guys were leading, and then they took the lead in the second half. What kept you? Because it could have easily went southward, where they could have won easily the game. What did you tell your guys in the locker room to reel them back in, to rally back from that gap? So what did you tell them in the locker room?
That they're a good team. And at some point in time, they were going to have some runs that, could impact the game, right? So when you're playing against good teams, you can't be surprised or get shell-shocked because, the momentum has shifted. Right? That's the game. And if you play enough ball, that stuff happens. Along the same lines, I think we found some stuff that was working for us offensively. Our defense, we were able to collect a few more stops. And ultimately, once we got back in the game, we're down 8, like you said, we were able to, keep them from getting back into the game. So just momentum shifts in the game happen, and just sticking with what we were doing. I think that really they started the second half with a lot more energy than us, and we needed to regain that energy and that effort that we were lacking at that time.
For someone who's first time, watching you guys, well, if you guys were to sum up Wayne State basketball in 3 words, what would you summarize? What would you describe the culture of Warriors basketball?
Well, for our culture, I'm gonna go with air is something that we started off the year with. It's actually kind of missing leaving my mind a little bit. Accountability, integrity, and respect. I was gonna say responsibility. But yeah, accountability, integrity, and respect. So I feel like that's what is just the foundation of our program. That's what we start the year off with. From the first meeting ever. When we were together, everybody in the film room from the first day. That's just what we built everything off of, and I feel like that applies to the court because you hold your teammate accountable. When you mess up, you're not just trying to hide from it. You're making sure you talk to your guy that's next to you, making sure that I messed up, let me do better this time. Not try to get down on yourself or beat yourself up, or like Coach says, feel sorry for yourself, because at the end of the day it's basketball. It just keeps moving. It's the next play. And so as long as you keep those goals in mind for us, I feel like we can win any game.
Good?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, guys, thanks for the time, and good luck against Northern.
Good.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.